Hello everyone and welcome to Credit Commit, where we're committed to helping you build your credit. Today we're actually going to go over the topic of CPNs. I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to explain to you what it is and what's going on with it. And if you're interested in more videos on how to help boost your credit score, go ahead and subscribe below and hit that bell so that way you get notified anytime I drop a new video with more tips on how to help boost your credit score. So let's go ahead and get right into the topic at hand. CPNs. What are they? So a CPN, people try to sell you on that they're pretty much another social security card. That's a way to get started. So if you have bad credit, then most likely people are going to approach you and try to sell you a CPN. So what a CPN originally was used for was like for celebrities and all these high profile people. So that way whenever they filled out an application, they didn't have to use their real social security number. But nowadays, that's just not the case. If you get a CPN, you're most likely getting it from somebody that's like, doesn't have access to even make a social security number. So either you're getting a social security number from somebody that passed away, or you're getting a random number that they generated. There's a certain website you can go to and you can see if that social security number is taken. I'm not going to mention any of that here because I'm not for you trying to go make your own CPN. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just explaining to you what a CPN is and how people obtain these. And they obtain them through somebody that passed away. They take their social security number, or they pretty much go to this website and they write in the social security number to see if it's actually registered or not. I'm not going to go into details too much on that part of it. If you're buying a CPN, you're pretty much just trying to get new credit. Let me give you an example. If you have a baby that passes away, at birth in the hospital, they're still issued a social security number. So a lot of people would steal these social security numbers and then resell them and sell them to people so that way they can start credit with that social security number. The thing is this, you're committing fraud when you're doing it. Anytime you fill out an application and ask for a social security number, you don't have to fill in your social security number, but you're most likely going to get denied if you don't. But you don't have to. The moment you put anything inside that box besides your social security number, you're committing wire fraud. That's just plain and simple. If it's not your social security number, you're committing wire fraud. That's just something you have to go into this knowing, is that you're pretty much committing fraud when you're using these CPNs. Another thing that they're not going to tell you is they're just plain illegal. Yeah, you might get away with it with some companies. Let me give you an example. So if you get this social security card, right? It's not even, they don't even actually give you the social security card. They just actually give you the number. So you get this social security number. They tell you to add trade lines to it. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and add trade lines to this social security number. Meaning you're going to go apply for like a Capital One card, or you're going to become an authorized user on someone else's credit card, and that way you get trade lines reporting to the CPN. It's going to build the credit of the CPN, so when you go apply places, you might get away with it. You might get approved for the simple fact that it's a high credit score. If you have a high credit score, the company might approve you. Boom, done. Now what you're going to do is most likely abuse it. So you're going to abuse it, and then the company is going to look a little bit deeper and realize what just happened. And the thing is this, if you're using your real ID, it's going to be easier to catch you because you're actually using your real information. And that's where the whole thing comes to be. You're issued your own social security number, so by using the CPN, you're pretty much, again, just committing fraud off the bat. Can you get away with it? Some people do. Some people get away with using these CPNs for years and years and years and years and years at a time. The thing is, at a certain point, it's going to run out and it's going to catch up to you. If you're willing to take that risk, then go ahead and use the CPN. I'm not advising you do it because, again, as I stated at the beginning of this video, that's illegal, and you using a different number than your social security number on an application is committing wire fraud. But you knowing that going into this, you just got to know there's consequences that come along with doing this CPN thing. I'm breaking this down to people that don't know what CPNs are and where they came from and how they're generated. So basically, I'm just explaining to you that you're probably using a dead person's social security number, because most of these people that are selling these CPNs for like $2,000, that's how they're making their money. If you put so much effort into actually building your own credit, imagine adding these trade lines that you're adding to the CPN to your own credit. You'll boost your credit score. You'll start building your own credit on your own social security number. So you spending $2,000, you could probably pay off some of your debt or do so, or you could go through the process of actually disputing. And if you got accounts and collections and you dispute them, you could probably get this off of your own credit for a lot cheaper. That's the whole crazy part about this. If you want to add authorized users, add an authorized user to your own credit and boost your own credit score. You're going to build up this CPN for what? You're not going to be able to use it forever. At a certain point, you're either going to get caught or you're going to burn it. And if you burn it before you get caught, you might get away with it. Maybe. Or it might just catch up to you at a certain point when you thought you were scot-free. If you're willing to take that risk, that's on you. I'm not for that whole risk thing when you can just really build your own credit the right way. So this whole CPN thing is just a big scam. If somebody tries to sell you a CPN, run. It's just a big scam. They're just selling you a dead person's social security number. That's all they're doing, and then they're going to help you build it up, but you're going to have to spend more money to add trade lines to it. Add trade lines to your own credit. Build your own credit. Why are you going to do this for the CPN? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know why people would want to do this unless their credit is that bad and they really need help. My thing is just, hey, start the dispute process and see what you can knock off. Add more trade lines to your own credit and boost your score. Your score isn't based on all just the negative items on there. It's going to be the average of what you have on there. So if you got a lot of good things on there as well as reporting, you add more trade lines to it, you could boost your score. So why are you going to go the route of going the CPN route, committing wire fraud? Like off the bat, you're just committing wire fraud the moment you don't enter your own social security number that was assigned to you. Again, a lot of people get away with it. A lot of people get away with it, just like a lot of people get away with doing these false tax returns. But then again, what? They get caught. So you're going to sit here and take that risk of getting caught doing this CPN? It just doesn't make sense. There's no point in me going over no pros and cons to it because it just doesn't make sense. I know this probably ended up turning into a rant, but it's just me wanting to get my point across that these CPNs, it's just not going to work in your favor in the end. If you think you're going to be able to build this CPN and start over, it's just not going to make sense. You're better off actually getting an LLC and getting business credit. At least that's legit. And you could go ahead and build that credit up where you have no personal guarantee versus going the route where you're going through an illegal route. It's just plain illegal. Like there's nothing good I can say about a CPN because they're illegal. Like, what can I say good about doing something illegal? It's like if me coming on here telling you to like sell drugs or something is good. It's plain illegal. Like there's no way around it. There's no legal way of using a CPN at all. Like, just at all. There's no legal way. So, I don't know. I guess this is just my rant to get through to most people that don't want to take the time to fix their credit. You're going to spend more money trying to do the CPN thing than it is probably to fix your own credit. Dispute it. Go through the dispute process of your credit. I got videos explaining going through the dispute process. You could go ahead and dispute these items, these collections off your own credit. You could add trade lines to your own credit. Something like a self-lend or something like a secured credit card. And that's without going through somebody else. And then you can add somebody else as an authorized user if you want to build some history that if they had it for a long time. That's a way more legit and cheaper route. Or you could go the business route. Get an LLC. Depending on the state. I live in the state of Iowa. It's $50. Illinois is $500, I believe. But again, a lot of these people are selling these CPNs for a lot more money. So it just doesn't make sense. And going the business route, it's more legit. Because you're actually building real business credit. Versus using something illegal. I guess I just can't stress that enough. It's just that it's illegal. Like, there's no way around it. There's no way of me saying anything good about CPN. The only thing I can say is you probably can get away with it for a little bit. But in the end, you're just not going to be able to use it no more. No matter how you spin it. Most people that talk about CPNs, that ever talked about CPNs on YouTube, either cover their face or they take the videos down. Because they know it's illegal. They try to sell you on these CPNs, but at the end of the day, they take the videos down. Why? Because they know it's illegal. Everyone knows it's illegal. So they try to sell you this dream like, oh, you could fix your credit, you could do. It's illegal, plain and simple. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that here because I mean I'm gonna just keep repeating myself. Like there's nothing good I can say about these CPNs. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the video here. This is just me helping you have a better understanding of what you're getting yourself into if you do decide to go this route. Again, I'm just giving you my 2 cents. If you like any videos like this, go ahead and subscribe below, hit the bell notifications, and I'm going to help you build your credit. I'm going to help you build your credit. Hit the bell for notifications when I drop the next video. Go ahead, get these tips so that way you can actually build your credit. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and subscribe below. Go ahead and click on my face and subscribe. And then we got a video to the right. So you're going to click my face, and then you're going to go to the video to the right. Click, video to the right. Click, video to the right. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's help build your credit. Let's get more tips on building your credit. You need more tips? Come on, next video. You need more tips? Next video.